Good evening, everybody. Join us from all over the world. Welcome to another Tuesday show of Youth Arise Chatline. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great, and we are so excited to have you. My name is Chedi Uzo Igwe, and I'm going to be one of the anchors of today's show, where we're going to be having a very long or short, depending, chit chat, okay? And you hear them laughing. I'm here with my amazing co-hosts. Please introduce yourselves.
All right, it's nice seeing your beautiful face. And this one that you are blushing today, you will tell us where you win jackpot. Everybody in the studio, please, we are collecting money from Chedi today. She's dashing us money.
So you have not paid.
All right, it's nice having you again, coming on your screen again this week, and I remain Ogudepo Lusayo Simon. I'm so glad to be here this week.
Okay, hello viewers. I'm Okola Oluwafemi Elizabeth, and it's amazing to be here again. I think it's been a while I've been on the show.
So welcome back,
Thank
guys.
you.
Okay, so today we are going to be talking about this generation. You see, the generation that's acting like something is wrong with their head. We are here to table your matter. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things that affects today's generation. We're going to be talking about the causes of these issues. How can we solve them, if we can actually solve them, and so many others. So we're going to be going straight into defensive behaviors. So according to Kate Renshaw, a psychologist, she said that feeling defensive is a natural self-protection mechanism inside of us. She was talking about that people today find it difficult accepting their faults and taking corrections. Hence, they tend to be defensive. So we've seen this defensive behavior in a lot of youth in our generation. So what do you guys have to say about defensive behaviors?
Okay, let me start by saying, so you would like telling me that I'm really very defensive.
Okay.
So I can relate to this topic personally. So actually, from what you said, it's just being protecting yourself actually, but in a situation whereby people come at you, maybe I don't know whether they are correcting you or they are attacking you. Maybe for example, they tell you you are too you eat too much or something, and you're like, you need to lose weight. I know I need to lose weight, but don't tell me I need to lose weight. I will attack you.
Okay, Simon.
You know, when you talk about the defensive mechanism, it's actually, both of you are saying it maybe probably from a negative perspective.
Said
no,
But even the definition
that was
read,
defensive actually.
okay, that was defensive, but sincerely speaking, okay, let's talk about, you know, there's something we call defensive mechanism in law.
Okay.
Okay, where maybe you are under attack, you retaliate. Now, if you get to the court of law, they will say you are not guilty because you are trying to defend and protect yourself. So sometimes it could be positive.
Okay.
Especially when it's coming from on the angle of criticism.
Okay.
I mean negative criticism. You need to protect yourself from, because if you allow everything people tell you to sink into you, then it might bring you down. But at the same time, it's not this thing.
Okay, no, you know, the thing is that everybody, whether every human being, we are defensive one way or the other.
Of course.
See, nations need to be defensive. Everybody needs to be defensive. Once you're feeling attacked, automatically, your instinct goes, you are being defensive, unconsciously or consciously.
Okay, so let's look at there are different angles to this, and this is what we're going to talk about in this generation. Our generation, there is nothing that comes with that everybody does not have an angle to it. So let's come from the angle of people who have that negative defense mechanism. So what I heard from both of you is you're saying the whole protection.
Yes.
What are you protecting yourself from?
Wow.
What are you protecting? Because if we are saying, guys, we're having a chit-chat, right?
Okay.
So if you keep, Femi said, protecting yourself from something. So that means you've experienced something negative that is making you want to guard yourself. Okay, so Femi, can you expatiate on this protection?
Okay, now for instance, if you are the type of person that grew up with sluggishness, let me say you are very sluggish at reception, like receiving things or understanding things, and okay, imagine you pass through that. Let us say during your primary education now, or you are very sluggish. Maybe you need to learn something. You have a slow learning capability, and you are old. And you are old now. You're in an adult stage now. Okay, let's say I'm in my adult stage now, and someone says that about me. now I'll be defensive about it, because maybe, let me say, it's defensive behavior actually stems from traumatic experiences in the past. Okay. So that's one factors that can make somebody have this defensive behavior. Yeah. So automatically I will attack. I will just slash at you immediately, because I don't want you to tell me those same things I've heard over time. Obviously, maybe my teachers and some people have insulted me or say something that I can't even retaliate. But now you are educated, you are peers. I have the ability to give it to you back.
I think another negative side, if you are talking about being defensive, is, I think being defensive comes from low self-esteem. Okay. Because you want everybody to see the good side of you. So when people come and say you are doing this, you know, I don't do it. And I'm not. Simon, you eat too much. No, I don't eat too much. I eat moderately. Okay, you sleep too much. No, I don't sleep too much. Why not own up to what you do? Yeah. And if it's negative, you correct it. Okay. I think it's another level of maturity. So I still see it. Another point, apart from low self-esteem, it can also be caused by less maturity. Because maturity is taking responsibility, even for your wrongs, not for your rights alone. So when you are wrong, you take responsibility.
Okay. So, hold on, wait. I want to add that somebody with this narcissistic behavior too tends to be very defensive, because just as I said, they are trying to be perfect in all rounds. And when somebody sees your fault, okay, maybe just say you are being protected, or you are protecting yourself from your weaknesses going out to the public. So when somebody identifies that weaknesses in public or in all sundry, you tend to try to overshadow it and get defensive in that aspect.
If from what they are saying that, or what we can hear clearly, is that the negative self-defense comes from low self-esteem and childhood traumas. Now, I think we will all agree that most adults walk around with these traumas, low self-esteem, and sometimes pride, because you talk about the narcissist, right? Yes. Okay, so how can we solve this problem? Because I feel like sometimes, okay, let me be honest. Okay. I will use the word I used to be defensive. I'm not completely off guard, let me put it like that. But I used to be 100%, maybe now I'm at like 40%. Now, and like she said, it comes from childhood traumas, because growing up, I don't know, I always was on guard. Like, I don't know, I always felt like somebody wanted to just attack. So even before you say something, I have responses, like I rehearse responses. Now, I didn't know I was defensive. Someone was like, why you say everything now? Attack. And this is my adulthood, and I was like, are you serious? So I feel like a lot of people or young people walk around with this self-defense thing without knowing. Okay, so how do we solve these issues? I feel for me, first you have to acknowledge. I have to accept that, okay, auntie, you are being defensive.
Okay, before we acknowledge that part, in a situation whereby you are actually, maybe you feel attacked, but now when you're explaining yourself, they tell you are being defensive. What do you have to say about that?
I feel like you don't have to always explain yourself.
No, in a situation whereby you need to actually explain yourself that I did this because sometimes misunderstanding play a lot. You understand? When two people are interacting, misunderstanding can come in. So when I'm trying to explain myself, this is the reason why I'm doing this. You are saying, okay, yes, there's no room for excuse, but you need to understand the reason why I did this. I'm not giving you an excuse, but you need to understand. Then you tell me.
Like, to be honest, I feel like when it comes to explaining yourself, it depends on who you are dealing with. I won't explain myself to everybody, but except I'm in a close relationship with that person. So if I'm in a close relationship, then you should not call my explanation being defensive.
Now, I think when you talk about explanation, now you can still be defensive even with explanation. Yes, to me,
I agree.
For example, okay, you say, Simon, you eat too much, and I say, I'm always hungry. You get it? Now, you are being defensive. That's just a fact. But you are explaining why you do that thing.
But some people can be annoying. Some people can be annoying. Simon, like,
the first thing to have to do when you are not defensive is acknowledge the fact that you are wrong. Okay. Because we are talking about something being wrong now. Okay. Acknowledge the fact that you are wrong. Yes, okay, I ate too much yesterday. It was wrong. Because I was supposed to take 2 cups of rice, I took 5. But sincerely speaking, yesterday came with a lot of hunger. Now that is it. Now, and I believe excuse will not always come at every time. Yeah. So if you keep giving me the same excuse every day,
that's why I say
then
it
you're not
depends,
giving me.
no, Simon, it depends on who you're. For example, I come to church service and you look at me and like you've added weight. I'm going to speak to you. I'm going to answer you.
No.
But if I'm with Femi is my girl, right? Actually, I'm really okay. But if a random person,
I say, actually, what's
no, but before a random person will tell you are defensive, I believe before someone can challenge me that I'm defensive, then I must have done that same thing like 2 or 3 times. For example, you come into my room and you see me sleeping. I've seen a lot of people call me around 10 and say, Simon, you are still on your bed. Yes, I'm on my bed. I'm still sleeping. Probably I had a lot to do and stuff like that. Okay, but you should accept my excuse for that day. Okay. But you come in the 2nd day, 3rd day, 4th day, and I'm giving you the same excuse and say, guy, you are just trying to protect yourself.
Okay, guys, okay, let's hold on there. So you are saying that it takes like what I'm hearing from Simon is like tone it down on the defense, right? Okay. Now let's talk about our generation that everybody has a truth. For example, my truth is being big is the best. It's my truth. Your truth now will be like every day begin to jog. Now, but there's a general truth that says jogging is healthy. So how do we marry this thing? Right? How do we now say allow people have their truth and still allow the real truth? I'm using exercise now. There's also the part of the scriptures, the word of God, Christianity, where people are saying it's my truth. Yes, it's all about the heart. Objective. It does.
Objectivity of truth.
Yes. So let's talk about that.
Now, before we go, Chedi, let me read some comments on that.
Already we have comments, guys.
All right. Opeyemi is saying, my people, them. Good to see you guys today. Thank you very much, Opeyemi. Then Emmanuel Akaiso is saying, some other people take things personal all the time. They need to chill out and see that everyone would always have a opinion and not feel attacked by their words. Emotional intelligence is also necessary in the 21st century. Then Ayode Jidayo Charles is saying some people hate correction, so they are always defensive. Thank you, Pastor Charles. Like he's saying, some people hate correction.
Yes.
And that's what I'm trying to say. So they are always. So this is not a one-time thing. It's not like I say, Chedi, you're adding weight. You say, okay, I ate too much, or okay, no, I'm not adding weight. Okay, but when it's every time I say this, and when you are being defensive, it's not always on one character, on one thing. Yeah. So always every aspect of your life, you have, like we used to call it on street, co-guiding. Like you don't want anybody to
go. Okay, guys, please let's talk about the truth part. What do you have to say about our generation and everybody having their own truth?
Well, now there is a fall short to this truth. Okay. Because now we are saying truth is objective. Your truth is different.
My truth is
from my truth. As you said, now being big is good. Being big is the best. And Simon might say jogging or keeping fit is the best. But a situation whereby we are now trying to accept obesity, we should also understand, at the back of our mind, we should understand that obesity is bad, is not healthy. But somebody who is fat, because you are trying to say body goals, own yourself, body positivity. Sure, you understand? Somebody that is fat actually wallowing in depression, but because social media have said body goals, own yourself, body positivity, you will use that as your guide, as your personal guide to guide yourself against what you're actually feeling. When you see a slim picture, you actually want to be like that. But because other people are now trying to say fat people can also have a voice. You have fat people in magazines, and you're just trying to guard yourself against that.
Okay, Simon,
now let me talk about truth. There is always a basic truth about everything, and irrespective of the side you go to, you always find a truth that is attached to it. Now, when you're talking about, for example, now, I have friends that have 6-pack, something, but that's never crossed my mind.
I feel like men don't.
Just wait now. I have gym in my house, but sincerely speaking, I've not been to that gym one time. Now, why? But at the same time, inside of me, I know the general truth that you must keep fit. Yeah. So most of the time, I'm supposed to take taxi. I will walk from my house intentionally. it will not reduce my, I will still take taxi later, but it will not reduce maybe 5 tele or something. It's not because of the money, but because I just want to work for like 5 minutes just to keep myself fit. But for me to be going to gym and be carrying weight, it's not my thing.
No.
So that is it.
Okay, so in a generation where we all have our truth, let's remember that there's a basic truth, not only in fitness but also in Christianity. We have one comment from YouTube. Guys, good news, we are now on YouTube and we are currently live on YouTube. The link will be sent to all our platforms including Facebook. Please join us and share with your friends and family. Okay, so Damian is saying, I feel one automatically gets defensive once they have experienced things that aren't pleasant to them. So as I said, there's a backstory to that whole defense stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so let's still on our generation and our behaviors. So there's this new thing online called Generation Cruise. Okay. So what is cruise? Let's start from the people that are not, hippie and jiggy. What is cruise?
Well,
they are cruise masters.
Cruise, now cruise is just you having fun.
Okay, having
all
fun
the time. Even when you're not supposed to be having fun, you take everything for fun.
Simon, what is cruise?
I think cruise is finding laughter from every situation, irrespective of the situation.
Okay.
Even situations that need your seriousness. You just want to make it and turn it to laughter.
But do you think our generation is taking it too far?
Extremely far.
Very, very, very far.
Okay.
I will give you one example before we go. Jedi.
Okay.
Now, I saw on Instablog. Now there's a video. It was posted today, so anybody can check up. Now on the video, a lecturer was teaching, having a class on the field, school field, like school stadium. Maybe because he knows his reason actually. And a student came up from among the students. One student stood up with only singlets, removed his clothes, or no something, and was taking weed, marijuana. And he decided to even, not taking a no, he went down and offered the lecturer.
Wow.
And the lecturer was saying, get out. He was not, as I was surprised, the lecturer was not even mad, was not even angry, he was just saying, get out, leave this place. And there was a recording. Now, some people, I now want to check comments. Some people are saying, Mr. Lecturer, calm down now. even like someone was now, and I saw a comment. Does this thing even sound like something something that is brainy to you? Yet the person that said it, go and check the comment on that, and the people started insulting him.
Let me bring one that came to me as a shock. So if you are familiar with the Big Brother Naija show, it's actually ongoing now. So one of my faves, I was heartbroken. He said something. He made mention that he has slept with about 300 ladies in his lifetime. Mind you, he's 30 or 31 years old.
So let's say like 30,
31.
10 per
day.
Per day.
Okay, before you go into the calculation, so people were like, that's not possible. Maybe he's trying to just catch cruise, right? And get publicity. And recently he made us know how that came about. He said in his university, he had this whole cruise pact, like a deal with his friends, where they have what they call a perfect week. Now, what is a perfect week? In a perfect week, every day, from Sunday to Saturday, you sleep with one new girl.
Wow.
So, in 7 days, 7 new girls.
So the thing is that we've actually lost it. This is our generation.
You feel so too, right?
We've lost it in the middle of cruise.
No, and the thing is, people don't know how this madness called cruise affects people. Because among all those girls for 7 days, there are girls that really liked you. Do you understand that you actually did hurt?
See,
what about STDs?
There are so many dangers, actually. See, these are the ones you even said at the present. What of future? What are we thinking about?
Gen Z, Gen Z.
You are talking Gen Z, we are the millennials, you can do anyhow we like, you can do. What will be your end when you are 40, 50,
I don't think
60,
people
70?
think of their
what
end.
Are we laying down for the upcoming generation?
I really want to say something, but I believe before we go, let's read our comments. Okay, some other people take things, that's Emmanuel, so he's saying some other people take things personal all the time. They need to chill out and see that everyone would always have an opinion and not feel attacked. Okay. Some people, he's saying being defensive is not always right. Okay. At times, when you don't want to agree with another person's perspective on a particular matter, especially when they are right, it is something that should be looked into. Then Deji saying Simon Femi, well done at the top. Okay, Opeyemi is saying these days, like Chedi said, everyone has their own truth, but calling out people on their truth sometimes should be done with wisdom. Also, no one should own a bad truth, or let's say excuses.
Let me say
this. Let me so that we won't need to come back here. Okay. The party, okay, I Deji saying again, the party dishing out the truth should be careful. We don't have to be judgmental when correcting. Then Dixon is saying our generation today are making life look like this all about fun. This one of me. Okay, why majority of our youths are entering into so many things in order to have the resources for the fun life. Then Ope is saying you go far, you go fear perfect week. Like when
I heard it, I was so shocked.
Perfect.
I was really shocked. I wouldn't lie, I was really.
Then he said another one is saying cruise is trivializing serious situations.
Yes. Everything is
sorry for cutting.
No problem. I just wanted to say that part of truth. Now it's so bad. Don't let me use the word bad, but still bad. I still use the word bad. That when you are saying truth, now people are saying because of truth, I own my own truth. People are not identifying themselves with nonsense things. Now, so what? Just like what we discussed last week, Okwe and Pius, when they were talking about the things that the
world is normalizing.
What is in the name of truth? I can wake up tomorrow and identify as a pot.
And you have a right.
And I have a right.
Send me the pot. Simple.
You know, let me tell a story of what happened recently in America. I think a week or two ago, women championship for boxing.
Okay,
a lady that changed a transgender. He has worked in the U.S. Army before, and he changed to a woman, and he now beat woman. So the guy, one guy now wrote that a man who was in the U.S. Army before now claim woman beat another woman.
Now claim World Women Championship.
This is really crazy.
That's true.
So
and that's just what you are facing now, sincerely.
So do you think this whole cruise is actually hurting our generation?
Like, sincerely speaking, because there are sometimes we need to be serious with life. Now, I'm also of the opinion that life should not be taken
too seriously,
too hard. Life is not that hard. You get it? But when, like, I've had encounters with a lot of people, and I change it for them. When I say change, like, I para for them. Why? Because when we are discussing serious situations, I don't expect you to bring joke, laughter, or cruise. So I think our generation needs to draw the line. And sometimes when I say our generation, I fear for the next generation.
I'm telling
you. Recently I was on someone's Instagram page, and what she wore, I wanted to buy. So basically she was influencing me, right? The whole influencer gang.
Okay.
And I was showing my best friend, like, do you know that girl is like 19? I said, my younger one is influencing her elder one to wear clothes. These girls don't go to schools anymore. Their aim is to be on Big Brother Nigeria or Love Island or Instagram models or which is not bad, okay? But my fear for us is what is pushing you. That's just when you want to catch a particular cruise. Why? Ask yourself why. And that leads me to our next question. How do you think, as an individual who wants to stand out, how can you stand out in this cruise?
Now, before we go, Chedi, I think they are telling us we have to go on break.
Guys, before we start catching cruise, you guys. Okay. Actually, we're not going to go on break. We're going to be playing a game. Okay. Let's catch small cruise. But don't worry, it's not perfect anything. It's holy day. Please. So, Mr. Simon is going to be helping us out with our own little cruise game. And we hope you enjoy it. Okay, Simon,
all right.
Over to
the game is it's a game of numbers. We have number 1 to 10, and we'll be calling numbers. You can call minimum of 1 number and maximum of 3 numbers.
Okay.
And anybody that number 10 falls on, or stutter, or miss the number, will be on the hot seat. Now, what are you doing on the hot seat? We're going to give you a dare. You either choose you want to have a truth or you want to have a dare. And if you want to have a truth, we'll be asking you some semi-personal questions.
Okay.
And if it's a dare, we'll be telling you to do something. Don't worry, it's not going to break you.
Okay.
So who's going to start?
Okay, let me start.
Let me start.
Okay.
1, 2,
3, 4.
5, 6.
It's total.
You don't say that in the rules.
I said it's total.
I didn't hear that.
You have to be sharp.
Okay, start
1, 2,
again.
3, 4.
Okay.
Like
1, 2,
3, 4.
5, 6,
7, 8, 9,
10. That is being wicked, like
Mr.
seriously.
Simon, truth or dare?
Okay, let's start with. Okay, I like taking big challenges.
Big challenges.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, Femi, do you want to go or I should go?
Go.
All right.
Go, James.
So this one is from me to our viewers.
Okay.
Please, can you pick one person from the comment section that you're going to be giving 100 TL?
That means the person must be in Turkey.
Oh no, or conversion to naira.
Conversion
That should
to
be
naira of
about
TL is
6,600.
600.
You can do buy airtime, data, right? And what I'll show next week. So
Okay.
pick one person.
I will pick someone that I know is watching us from Nigeria.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Okay, I will pick Ayandedi, that your child.
He's
I'm
in
owing
Nigeria?
you. Yes, I'm owing you 6,600 naira.
Okay, so Simon is going to be sending you 6,600
Please, you can drop your account
naira.
personally to me
Drop it on this.
or on the page.
On the page
On
now.
the page, we'll be sending so that everybody will know that we are true with what we are doing.
Yes. So
Okay,
you're going to be getting an alert from Simon.
So are we
Okay,
going
so I'm
again?
calling again.
Okay.
I'm the one calling now.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
7, 8.
9.
My math was.
You are the one calling big numbers. What like to go for? So is it truth or dare? We have. Please, we just have 2 minutes more for our game.
Okay.
What is the penalty if I cannot do the day?
If you cannot do the dare,
Pay
you do more dare.
200. You
Yeah,
charge
you pay.
700.
Yes.
Chatline.
No. That's the dare now. The dare might not be money for you.
No, I'm saying what is the punishment if I
The
cannot
punishment
do
if
the
you
day?
cannot do the dare is that you have to contribute to Chatline 200 tele.
Yes.
Big. Okay.
Okay.
Please, I think I will take truth.
And if you cannot say the truth too,
No,
200
of course I
tele.
will say the truth. I'll say.
How we know is the truth?
No, you can check
No.
it online.
No.
You can check it
We are
online.
child of God. We are children of God.
Okay, don't worry. What's the question?
Okay, so the question is,
Guys.
we want the whole house to know, are you in a relationship?
Oh my God, this is
Yes.
not
or
national TV.
no.
This is what TV.
Yes or no. Yes.
Wow,
If you cannot say it, 200
TL
TL.
is not looking like it's not big. Ooh, actually, wow.
Complicated.
Wow.
Let's count 1 to 10. We don't have
Okay,
time.
good.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm actually.
Uch.
Woo.
Dots.
Wow.
Beige.
I'm.
Yeah,
No.
You are not in a
No, I'm not in a
relationship.
relationship.
So, any brother that is watching, you are free
No.
to
I'm not
ask.
taking applications.
No, I'm not saying you are taking application, but that you are not taking application does not mean someone cannot submit.
No, I'm healing right now. So I'm just doing me and God.
Okay.
So we'll do one more. and
Okay,
hopefully-
then serve me breakfast.
No, we can't.
Oh.
No, time
Okay,
is
okay.
going. Let's
Okay,
proceed
let's-
to the next.
To the
No,
next question.
no,
Okay, for the
first
last.
time. Okay, let's start with me.
Okay, you are the one calling, yeah.
1, 2, 3,
4,
5, 6, 7.
8.
9.
No,
No,
now.
it's 9, 10. Baby, it's 9, 10.
Now you causing
It's a lie. Baby,
You
I
should have
dare
come
you.
9.
See, me, I dare you.
No, it's not
Femi,
Femi.
it's a
It's
lie.
me.
I thought it was
You
going-
called 8, so she called 9.
No, I dare you to dare Femi.
No, you cannot do
No, I've dared him not
Must
to
I?
dare you.
Must I be on the hot seat?
I dare you to
I
dare
cannot be on
Femi.
the
So
hot seat.
that's the day I'm taking.
That's the day I will
So
drop 200 TL
I should dare
to
you.
our account.
Okay, Jamie.
Okay. I dare you to pick one of our listeners
Let me help.
on the group.
You want to help?
Let me help you.
Okay, you want to dare?
Yes, I dare you to choose one brother from the comment section and take him out on a date.
Yes, on a date. Yeah, the person must be in Istanbul actually.
Yes, I'm so sorry, my Nigerian people.
Okay.
So a nice restaurant
A
built
nice
on
restaurant.
our
We are not
CEO.
talking about amount you are going to spend. You can spend 5 TL. You can
Yeah,
spend,
it
but
can be
any
coffee,
amount. It can be
anything.
coffee.
It can be chai and
It can be
pocha.
chai. Yeah, pocha. Yes, it's just the gesture that we are after. So please.
Okay. What I can't see them. Okay. Let me see.
We have them here.
What of a girl?
No, you have to be a
brother.
A brother.
I can recommend restaurants.
Okay.
There's Savage restaurant. There's
Yes.
Princess Kitchen.
Yes. We have
I'm
lunchbox.
seeing one brother that his name is popping up all the time, but I don't like that brother.
You don't like Jesus. Tell me we don't have time. Please
I'll
choose
go
a
with
brother.
If you cannot do it, 200 TL.
200 TL.
200 TL.
So I'll
200
give her-
TL.
I'll do it. Emmanuel,
Why do I think this is a scam?
All right.
Please.
Now, Emmanuel Akaiso, please, next week, and
send
Charles,
us
and
pictures.
Charles, please, next week we are going to come online. Please, we are begging you to come and testify that you received
Pictures,
the various
we'll
gifts.
post them on the
Thank you very
screen.
much.
No
We'll
problem.
post you, and we'll post the alert and everything on our pages.
Okay. So it's the way with the catch cruise, you understand? We're not that boring, okay?
Okay,
So let's talk about how to stay true to yourself in a generation of cruise. How do you stay true to yourself?
When you talk about staying true to yourself, number one thing is you have to own your own truth. You have to know what works for you.
Okay.
And at the same time, you have to measure your truth
With the real truth.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
So, but I believe basically you should measure your truth with the truth in the Word of God, because that is the standard truth.
Of course.
So once you know what the Word is saying, irrespective, the Word of God is saying, irrespective of what the world is saying, then it should not really bother you. It should not really bother you. So own your truth. Be sincere with yourself. Know that you are wrong when you are wrong, and don't listen to criticism, especially destructive ones. Like, lastly, let your air be like a sieve. Every words that come in, sieve them.
Yeah.
Let the wheat goes and hold on to the ones that are good for you.
Okay. I'll just add to what Simon said. Actually, first of all, Holy Spirit are truth. You know, we are Christians. We follow the Word of God. So that first is our own truth. Then, as he said, the objective truth, where your personal truth. Understand what really works for you. You are on the big side, you're on the slim side, you are too brilliant, you are not so brilliant. Know what works for you. Understand your personality, understand what works for you, and go along with it. And also be serious, so don't be joking in serious matters. Please, not everything. No, it's true. You cannot be trivializing. No, seriously. For instance, look at that. I'm so sorry to bring this sad experience. That NSAS protest.
Yeah.
You know, at some point, Nigerian youths were losing focus.
Yeah.
They have the style cruise here. I want to go and meet babe. I want to go and meet guys. Blah blah blah. Before we now stop losing focus. So we that in their abroad, I could not even join them. We joined them from the online section.
Yeah.
You guys should stop losing. Let us know what we are working for. Even the social media self, we can see, as far so many times we are saying the social media is bad in some aspects. Through the social media, some people's life has changed for the better.
For the better.
So even though social media is all about cruise, understand the serious part of it and make sure you do the right thing at all times. So, what's your own truth, JD?
My own truth, I feel like my truth now is I'm learning and accepting things that I thought were okay with. Like, how do I put it now? Like, I thought everything was fine with my character, but now I'm learning that, okay, you need a little bit of patience, a little bit of keep quiet, a little bit of it's not that deep. Okay, so I will be honest, this show has actually helped me a whole lot. Because a lot of topics we discuss, a lot of topics we discuss here, honestly, applies to me a whole lot. Okay. Because we talk about this self-defense, but not in full detail, and it has really helped. Because if I had not heard about that program then, if I had come back to this episode, I would actually be very defensive. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of the topics here actually addresses a lot of things that young people are going through and are facing. And we hope this has blessed you and encouraged you that even in Generation Cruise, in Generation Defensive Behaviors, you can still stand out and be who God has called you to be. And from my own end, my name is Chedi Uzo Igwe.
I'm Ogudepo Simon. Be yourself.
And I am Okola Oluwafemi. Please accept correction in love. And also, please correct in love. Don't criticize. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So until next week, Tuesday, we're going to see you guys again. Have a lovely evening. Bye.